This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
I have talked for a long time. I mean, I don't know how long because it's been going on for so long. But I've talked for a long time about not just the lack of integrity, not just the lack of any core principles of the Republican Party, but this trend of just complete devotion to Donald Trump. Imagine looking at Donald Trump and thinking, that's our guy. That's the future of our ideology. That's the future of our movement. During the 2016 campaign, people like Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, they all had very sharp words for Donald Trump. But none more than Lindsey Graham, who called him a kook and a xenophobic religious bigot, that it would destroy the party if they elected Donald Trump to the presidency.
He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot. He doesn't represent my party. He doesn't represent the values that the men and women who wear the uniform are fighting for. I'm not going to try to get into the mind of Donald Trump because I don't think there's a whole lot of space there. I think he's a kook. I think he's crazy. I think he's unfit for office. And I'm a Republican, and he's not. He's not a conservative Republican. He's an opportunist. He could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue, and 25 or 30% of the people would still follow him because he gives a voice to their anger and their frustration. But he's not fit to be President of the United States.
And then, obviously, that is completely flip-flopped. That is not the case anymore. Lindsey Graham is like a whipped dog to Donald Trump. Lindsey Graham cannot get enough of Donald Trump's butthole in and around his nose. And it is continuing even after Donald Trump leaves office. Lindsey Graham did an interview with Axios on HBO, and this was just posted on yesterday, March 8th, 2021, with Jonathan Swan. And I want to watch it with you. We'll watch it together here and talk about all of the insanity that took place during this interview. This is a 2-minute snippet of the interview. Anyway, let's get into this because it really is telling about not just where we are with the Republican Party, but what the future bears out. Let's get going on this.
Donald Trump was my friend before the riot. And I'm trying to keep a relationship with him after the riot. I still consider him a friend. What happened was a dark day in American history, and we're going to move forward. So here's what you need to know about me.
All right, we'll stop right there. What's happening here is Lindsey Graham is laying at the feet partial blame, at least partial blame, for the riot, the insurrection on Capitol Hill on Donald Trump. He's given it to him. Look, I was friends with him before that happened, meaning there's some connection between the riot and him and Donald Trump. Otherwise, why would he mention the riot, the insurrection, about his friendship with Donald Trump? And when he says, we need to move forward, that means we need to forgive and forget. That the Republican Party, we witnessed that for 4 years, that, you can't pay attention to his tweets. Oh, yeah, that was inappropriate, but let's move on from that. Let's not pay attention to the tweets. Let's forget about treason in Helsinki alongside Vladimir Putin. He just started being president. He doesn't know what he's doing. All these excuses were made. And even after he fomented insurrection against the country, putting lawmakers' lives at risk, putting Mike Pence's life in literal risk, putting young children, the pages who work for the House and the Senate, putting their lives at risk. Even then, let's move on. He didn't know what he was doing. Blah. No. Let's let him continue.
I want this to continue. I want us to continue the policies that I think will make America strong. I believe the best way for the Republican Party to do that is with Trump, not without Trump.
Not only does he show no remorse, I mean, he's still telling everyone he won in a landslide.
Yeah, and I tell him every day that he wants to listen, that I think the main reason he probably lost in Arizona is beating on the dead guy called John McCain.
The dead guy, John McCain, that Lindsey Graham purports to have been his best friend, or at least John McCain was his best friend. But this notion that Donald Trump is going to make the Republican Party strong into the future, when is he going to make it strong, Lindsey Graham? You coward! When is he going to make it strong? He lost the House. He lost the Senate for the Republican Party. He lost the White House by like 7 million votes. You lost Georgia, Lindsey Graham. Donald Trump lost Georgia for you. When is he going to make it strong? How is having Donald Trump on board making the party strong? Dingus.
Do you think you could have won re-election without being an ardent supporter of President Trump?
Here's the thing. My election's over.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I could throw him over tomorrow.
Right.
Why aren't I?
Yeah. That's what I really don't understand.
Okay, well, then you don't understand me very much.
I don't. That's why I'm asking.
That's
you.
No one does.
So that I could say, you know, that's it, it's over, it's done. That's just too easy. What's hard
I like
is to
things
take
hard,
a movement
says Lindsey Graham.
that I think is good for the country. Try to get the leader of the movement, who has got lots of problems facing him and the party, and see if we can make a go of it. Mitt Romney didn't do it. John McCain didn't do it. There's something about Trump. There's a dark side and there's some magic there.
Those two things are the same. The magic and the dark side are one and the same. The magic that Lindsey Graham refers to is the racist, the throwing away of the dog whistle, is appointing white supremacists to positions, high positions of power within the White House. That is the magic, is that we don't need to pretend anymore, folks. We can just say it. We can talk about how we feel. We can create a situation in America where racists and white supremacists and violent idiots feel emboldened to act upon their hatred, where hate crimes spike, violent crimes against Asians spike because of the way Donald Trump talked about the coronavirus. That's the magic that Lindsey Graham wants to continue. He thinks that's the magic that is going to keep the Republican Party in power going forward. When, look, our country is not perfect. We certainly have our issues. Still, there is voluminous work to do related to race in this country. Absolutely. But I don't think most Americans are racist shitbags. Lindsey Graham is one. Donald Trump is one. Stephen Miller is one. Steve Bannon is one. John Kelly was one, is one, still alive. All of these individuals who enabled Donald Trump's administration of white supremacy, they are all that, but not most people. So this magic that Lindsey Graham is talking about isn't going to work. And it's not a way to build a party into the future. It's just not.
What I'm trying to do is just harness the magic. To me, Donald Trump is sort of a cross between Jesse Helms, Ronald Reagan, and P.T. Barnum.
P.T. Barnum, con artist. P.T. Barnum, whose slogan was, "There's a sucker born every minute." Lindsey Graham is saying with his stupid mouth hole that Donald Trump is a con artist. He's also comparing him to Jesse Helms, famed racist Republican senator from North Carolina. And Ronald Reagan, who talked about African representatives of countries from Africa and made a joke on the phone with someone about how he was shocked that they were wearing shoes and called them monkeys. These are the three people he chose to compare Donald Trump to. Again, the magic is racism. The magic is white supremacy, just with no dog whistle.
I mean, it's just this bigger than life deal. He could make the Republican Party something that nobody else I know could make it. It could make it bigger. He could make it stronger. He could make it more diverse. And he also could destroy it.
Right. Oh, yeah. He can make it bigger, make it stronger, make it more diverse. They'll have tall racists and short racists. There'll be fat racists and skinny racists. A diversity in the party. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, Lindsey Graham. Oh, you're always good for a laugh, brother. It's diversity of the party. Come on, man. Anyway, what do you do with these idiots? Lindsey Graham was just reelected to a 6-year term. What are you doing, South Carolina? Look, I know Democrats tried hard, but this is what we got to deal with. At least they're not dog whistling anymore. At least they're just putting it all out there. We don't like black people, and we don't want them to vote. That's what we're witnessing right now in the aftermath of the 2020 election. And I'll tell you what, maybe I'll talk about this in a day or so, but the Democrats had better grow some fortitude. They had better not allow Republicans to weaponize the filibuster to not allow H.R. 1 to pass. They better not allow the filibuster to be an excuse to allow Republicans to suppress the vote in America, to systematically disenfranchise America because of the magic white supremacy of the Republican Party. It's time to stand up. It's time to act like leaders. Democrats control the government. Act like you control the government. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think. Please leave me a fewer than 3-minute voicemail. Otherwise, Google will cut you off. 714-576-4054. Email me daily at dollemore.com. I appreciate every single one of you engaging with my content, subscribing to the channel, liking and commenting and doing all of the YouTube stuff that YouTubers say to do. It is great. I would ask that you consider supporting my work if you're in a financial position to do so. If it's going to be a bother, I know things are tough, don't worry about it. My content will be free. It always is. It always will be. But if you want to join with me, partner with me in producing this content, you can become a channel member for fewer than $2 a month. Goes a long way. If I'm able to marshal the size of my growing audience, if 1 or 2% of my audience became channel members, it would make a giant deal. We could grow this operation together. Anyway, follow me on social media. I'd love to connect with you there. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine and take care of one another.